Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Are you hearing me? You don't count the cost of this. You don't count the cost of this. You just do what you got to do on this one, and then you look back and it's all over and you really go. You look back and you see your account. You don't count it. You just look back. So what I'm telling you is, you can't count the cost, because if you count the cost and you see how much it costs, you might quit, you might give up. So you got to go in knowing that I don't count the cost. Listen to me. You don't count how many breaths you take. You don't count it. You get to a point where you don't count it. You can do whatever it takes to get whatever you want. I don't know what that dream is that you have. I don't care how far-fetched it might appear to be. I don't care how disappointing it might appear. It's not easy. It's hard changing your life. I talk about a problem in my life. So you have to worry for that problem. Ignore it. Why? It will not go away. It will not go away on its own. It will not. You won't just wake up one day and go here. It's going to be there, and it will haunt you for the rest of your life. So I'm telling you, deal with it. Deal with it. And as soon as you deal with it, and as soon as you overcome it, as soon as you feel good, right? As soon as you get on the other side, as soon as you feel fulfillment, as soon as you get on the other side of stuff, actualization, reality, as soon as you get on the other side of the problem, it's a welcome to success. As soon as you deal with the fact that deal with it. Not the end of the world, deal with it. But when you deal with it, and it's the most important thing, deal with it. That you and your children don't have a revelation. Deal with the fact that you are procrastinating. Deal with the fact that it's hard for you. And deal with the fact that every time something happens, you worry about it. Deal with the fact that you have this anxiety. And every time you're about to reach another level of success, every time you're about to go to another level, you feel hopeless. Deal with the fact that you're struggling with your success. And that you feel like, why not my sister? Why not other people? Deal with it. And ladies and gentlemen, I started working on my dream. And most people don't work on their dreams. Why? For many years I didn't. One is because of fear. The fear of failure. What if things don't work out? And the fear of success. What if they do and I can't handle it? The other thing is that most people, ladies and gentlemen, they get comfortable. They stop growing. They stop working on themselves. They stop stretching. They stop pushing themselves. And they end up becoming very cynical about life if they throw in the towel on themselves, on their families, and on their dreams. And the other thing is that most people don't feel worthy. What I'm doing now, I could have been doing years ago. But because I did not have a college education, because I didn't believe in myself, because I allowed other people's opinion of me to control my destiny, I didn't act on my ideas. And not only is it important for you to know it's possible for you to choose your future, but it's necessary that you work on yourself, that you develop yourself. It's necessary that you get the energy drainers out of your life, people who don't want anything, people who are not striving, people who are not challenging themselves, people who aren't growing, people who stop dreaming. It's necessary that you align yourself with people and attract people into your business who are hungry, people who are unstoppable and unreasonable, people who are refusing to leave life just as it is and who want more. My mother used to say, birds of a feather flock together. If you run around with losers, you will end up a loser. It's necessary that you get the losers out of your life if you want to live your dream. The next step is, that is you. That is you. But no one can do it for you but you. Even though you face disappointment, even though you will experience some setbacks, it goes with the territory. You must understand that. What if all of us took that attitude after we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through? What if we have that kind of attitude? The cause repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off. agree, reviewing it every day and saying to yourself, it's not over until I win, you are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeat. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. What you will realize is that you have greatness within you. What you will realize is that you're more powerful than you can ever begin to imagine. What you will realize is that you're greater than your circumstances, that you don't have to go through life being a victim. What I like you to do right now, I want you to think about your dream, because I'm in a room full of dreamers. Think about your dream right now. I want you to think about it and envision it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me share something with you. I do not believe that any of us have dreams that were not given to us for the purpose of accomplishing those particular dreams. And I want to share something with you that has changed my life. That dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible. See, sometimes we can't say, I can do that. But what we can say, that it's possible that I can have my dream as we run toward it, as we work on it day in and day out. It's necessary to know that everybody won't see it, that everybody won't join you, that everybody won't have the vision. It's necessary to know that a lot of people like to complain, but they don't want to do anything about their situation. And you're an uncommon breed. You know, you have to know within yourself that I can do this. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself. That's necessary. It's also, ladies and gentlemen, necessary that you be creative when you're working on your idea. That you understand the importance of changing up. I can get my dream. It's necessary. I work on myself. Surround myself with winners. Become creative. It's me. I gotta make it happen. It's not over until I win.
Good morning. If you can hear me, type yes, please. Let's start. Good morning. Good morning. If you can hear me, please type in yes. Good morning. If you can hear me, please type in yes. Okay. Sorry for being a bit late today. So let's start off. We have this disclaimer. I hope you all have read it. So let's start now. First, we start off with our fundamental news release for today. Today being Friday, March 8th, we have lots of news scheduled today. We have a Canadian employment change by 2:30. Most of them are by 2:30, so you need to be aware of this by this time. As we have Canadian unemployment rate, employment change, the U.S. hourly average hourly earnings, and the non-farm employment change, also known as non-farm payroll, and the unemployment rate. So there are lots of news coming out today. I don't speculate on it. The only thing I know is during this period, I am not supposed to be in the market. So today is Friday, and all these news coming out on Friday, there's bound to be lots of fireworks. So having taken care of that, we move over to our chart. The first chart we always start with is the dollar index. And looking at the dollar index still has sort of a bullish drive, as you can see from yesterday. Still has, but it is rejecting from this level of resistance here, this high here. So let's move down to our intraday chart, go to our 4-hour time frame. As you can see, this high here served as resistance and price reacted from it on getting to that area. So now price may try to run back to this resistance for a second retest, and if it gets rejected, it may come down and find support here. So today being Friday, there's one thing that normally happens sometimes on Friday. Those that have been holding long positions, as the news draws closer, they start taking profit. And once that starts to happen, most often the pair that they are holding on starts to lose strength for the time being. So you need to be aware of that on this pair. But for now, this pair still has his bullish bias. It's still very, very bullish. You will only be looking for either a reversal, a bearish reversal, or you look for opportunities to buy deep. But from what I see, it may try to run back up to this level. So the next one we'll be looking at is gold. Gold is very, very bearish, but it seems to have formed a sort of a support, a double bottom support here, and it's rallying back up. For gold, his first level of resistance is currently at this level, and that is at 1294.81. The second level comes in at this 4-hour moving, 4-hour 50 moving average. Then the other one comes in at 1302. A move above 1302 might send gold higher for now. And where would it send it? There is a descending trend line on this pair here. So this is your line in the sand. A break above this trend line will shift buyers on gold from being bearish to being bullish. Mr. Kunle, you can't hear me. Please disconnect and connect back. There are lots of people in the house. If you can hear me, please type in yes. If you can hear me, please type in yes so that we can continue. If you can hear me, please let me have your yes. So, as you can see, gold is currently at that level for now. So it may dip, and should it dip, you would have a minor support coming in at this point here. So if gold should drop, there's a potential that it may drop to 1289. And if 1289 holds as a mid-term support, it will give gold more strength to move higher. Let me take care of that now. As you can see, this place, 1289, should it serve as mid-term support, it might propel gold higher because this area might give gold a bit of a challenge and it may drop. But for now, gold seems to be correcting. It's still bearish, but for the time being, it is in a bullish correction. That means that it might try to correct this drop from either here to here or the entire drop. So we need to be aware of that. To find out plausible areas where it might correct to, you might easily just do this. Let me switch over to my other gold chart. Yeah, I think I already have my flip here. Okay, this is flip, the long-term flip. Let me get rid of this. So as you can see, these are the levels on gold that might play out. So what do you do now? You have two options. You can either draw a flip from this top to this down area and watch any of these retracement levels for price action. But as you can see, the areas to watch out for are from the 38 to 61.8. And if you observe, They both are with areas of resistance. You see, this is previous support, which is might act as resistance, lining up with the 38.2. Then you have the 61.8 also too. So this is your zone between comment. Let me get rid of this line. So the area is between 1306 to 1321. So it may correct deeply into this area. As you can see, yesterday's candle, the series of closes with long wicks to the bottom, which point to further upward movement. And if you look to your left, there is structure here. There's a bit of structure here. This is what you call sort of like an anchor candle. And his open price being here is serving as support for the last 2-3 days or thereabout. So there is a potential that gold might move, correct a bit higher from the point of view. So it might correct higher. So knowing that, the next pair we go down to is the USD CHF. If we look at our USD CHF, our USD CHF, let's look at it from a daily point of view. From a daily point of view, there is a trend line running from this high to this high. And if you observe, price ran into it and price is reacting from it. Spiked above, but it's still reacting at that level. The close of yesterday was very bullish, as you can see, but now it's at a resistance. So knowing that, what is your game? What is a plausible game plan for this pair? As you can see, it's already reacting from this level here. Previous highs that are now acting as support. As you can see, it's already giving price a sort of a push. So what might most likely happen is price may try to retest this level for the second time. And above this place, there is a resistance here at 1.0128. So there's a potential that price may rally from here into this area for another retest. And if this area holds as resistance, it may send price below this level to either here or this point, as the case may be. So having done that, the next one we'll look at is the USD, Euro USD. Looking at the Euro USD, the candle of yesterday was a big bearish candle, as you can see. It broke this trend line. This trend line runs from somewhere here, yes, this low and this low. So now the game plan is this. There might be a possibility that price may either run up to this level, or this trend line for a retest, or may pull back into 50% of yesterday's candle movement. So knowing that, how do we play the range for today? It's very simple. I pick my fib from this high to this low, from this high to this low, like this, only on the candle of yesterday, to pick up your possible areas of support or possible points where it might correct. Because for now, the Euro USD still has a bearish bias, still has a pretty bearish bias. So to be in your best interest to only take short. That is in the absence of the bearish reversal pattern. So this is what we have now. If you notice, the 38.2 lines up with this point. As you can see, comes in at the same area. The 50%, the second area, and the 61.8 here. So this is the zone you are looking at from 1.1232 to 1.1266 as plausible areas of rejection. But should price go, should you get a daily close above this 1252, then there exists the potential that price, the Euro USD, may be moving higher. given the current location of where the dollar index is. But there is a trend line on this pair. There is a descending trend line on this pair. Let's mark it up from this point to this point. And this is one. Then you have a second trend line running from this high down to this high. So these are the levels of possible resistance. So should price break any of these trend lines, that's especially the second one, to the upside, then we have a change in move on this pair. But the first line in the sand is at 1252. It daily close above 1252 may send price higher. But should price reject from any of these levels I've mentioned, the first point is 1.1171, while the second one is 1.1144. So knowing that, the next pair we move out to is the GBP USD. And looking at the GBP USD, there might be the possibility, like I noted yesterday, this was a false break of this trend line. And as you can see, price rallied towards it and dropped. But now price is above this midterm support. So should price run into this level and it holds as a resistance, there is a potential that price may come down to 1.2994. But a break above this area might send price a bit higher to this area. So let me look at the daily close. The daily close on the, as you can see from the daily point of view, it is clearly bearish. So there might be a bit of correction into yesterday's range before a continuation of the prevailing trend of yesterday. As a continuation of the trend of yesterday. As if you do not get a bearish reversal pattern, a bullish reversal pattern, price may continue with the trend of yesterday. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro GBP. Euro GBP from yesterday is clearly very bearish, but it's currently at a support area. So what's the game plan on this pair? We look at how it closed on the daily point of view. From the daily point of view, yes, it closed bearish, but if you look to your left, you would notice something. This area held as support. It didn't close below it. That means there is a potential that price may still move up. And there is a long way to the downside. And there's a long way to the downside, which shows that there's still a little bit of bullish pressure that might come in later today. So knowing that, we move over to our intraday chart. Above this minor resistance at 85.64, price may go higher. But should this level hold as resistance, then that means price might either break this level and drop down to this point here. That's 85.11. So you just need to watch. Price for now is below a resistance, and if the resistance holds, it may send price for that down. The next one we'll be looking at is the AUD USD. The AUD USD is clearly bearish. So on this pair, in the absence of the bullish reversal pattern, you'll be looking for any rally to sell into. As you can see, there is a trend line support that price broke below. So inevitably, we may see price touch 69.99. Although it is currently at a round psychological level of support, should that level give way, then price may come down lower. But for now, the AUD USD is in a downtrend. The next one we'll be looking at is the USD JPY. USD JPY yesterday closed at, it has done a lot of move overnight. This was the close of yesterday, but as you can see now, it has done a major move. And right now, it is at this previously broken trend line. So knowing that, we go down to our intraday chart and look for possible moves. On the 4-hour chart, there is a sort of a rising trend line, as can be seen from this point, connecting this point. Price is currently at that area. as you can see, and it's finding a bit of support because there is a diagonal, this trend line, this channel, lower channel support, and a static support here at 111, which is a psychological level. So there is a potential that price may find support here and move higher. But for now, the dollar yen is in a downtrend. It seems to be correcting this is bullish move. So what do we expect here? Should this level hold and it comes back to this trend line here that it broke back below and it gets rejected? So basically, this is its first resistance, this trend line, second resistance, 11137. Should any of these levels hold, then you then know that price may come down to 110.79. Might come down. Let me readjust this. Let me readjust this. 110.73. That's should this level, should it price rally from here to any of these levels. But should this level give way as support, then it's coming down to this point. Next we'll be looking at is the euro yen. And looking at the euro yen was a major mover yesterday, as you can see from the daily chart. Euro yen was a major mover of yesterday. I think it did almost 157 pips yesterday. So right now, price is reacting from this support area. So knowing that, how do we play this intraday? There exists a potential that price may correct to either this level, 124.82, or even higher to this level. So that's just what you need to watch. But should this support level here give way, then the next likely level might be 123.81. But for now, the euro yen is above a support area. The next one we'll be looking at is the pound yen. Looking at the pound yen has broken back below this trend line, and this 4-hour level that I noted yesterday, this master candle, price has broken below it, as you can see, and broken below this level. This was support yesterday, is now resistance. So, and this trend line also, this is a long-term trend line. It's coming all the way from this point here. So now we can say that the euro pound yen is in a bearish bias. So what will we be looking for? We'll be looking for rallies to sell into. So the first level of resistance comes in at this broken trend line, and this previous support now acting as resistance at 145.97. So should price rally in here and get rejected, the first support comes in at 144.97, while the second one comes in at 143.80. The next pair we'll be looking at is the pound CAD. Looking at the GBP CHF. The GBP CHF still seems to be in a sort of range, as you can see. This is its resistance, 132.67. This is its support, 131.86. So this is his range for now. The next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro AUD. And looking at the Euro AUD from a daily perspective, we seem to have what looks like a bearish engulfing stroke bearish railway track, as you can see, which is a rejection from this point. Which is a rejection from this point. So what price may be doing today might be a sort of a correction into this range. So how do you take care of that? This is what you do. You pick your steep retracement to pick the high, pick the low of yesterday's candle, and then watch for price action within that range. As you can see, it has already reacted from the 38.2 already. It's reacting from the 38.2, as you can see. It's already reacting here, but the last 4-hour candle is a very, very bullish, a very bullish, and a bullish engulfing candle. This 4-hour candle took out 8 hours worth of activity. These two candles were clearly engulfed by this candle. So there's a potential that this price may still extend higher. So there's a potential that price might still extend higher, but the pair is in a bearish mood, but you need to get a higher price to sell into. The next one we'll be looking at is the GBP AUD. The GBP AUD, from its daily point of view, it has what appears to be a dark cloud cover of sorts. It has a dark cloud cover, as you can see from yesterday, and he's testing this previous resistance at 1.8695. So how do you play this? You will then drop down to your lower time frame, and wait for a bearish candle formation at this area. If you get a bearish candle formation at this area, then you can take a short position down to either of this area. Then the next pair we'll be looking at is the USD CAD. USD CAD is still very bullish, but the candles that it's showing is showing a decrease in momentum. Maybe not, but for now he's still very bullish. As you can see, he just closed above the 618 of 1.3664 to 1.3070 at 1.3437. So this is the 61.8. So now the question is, a close below this 1.3437 will bring it lower. So knowing that, we'll go down to our intraday chart. So it has already done a bit of support here. There is a zone here, a resistance zone here. So the level, we note that fib level. That fib level is at 1.3437, and comes in around this resistance here, somewhere here. So we know that a move back below this zone, that's if we get a close below 34.15 on the 4-hour, then we know that price is coming down to this area. But you need to be careful because the CAD also has its rate and employment news today alongside the USD, the dollar, the US dollar. So I will advise caution trading this pair, because if both news come out strong, it will be a tug of war on this pair. So you'll be best advised to look for other CAD pairs to do business with, but avoid USD CAD. So the next pair I'm looking at is the pound CAD. Yes, this will be a good pair to trade during the news, but you must be well advised. This pair is highly volatile, highly volatile. So we look at this pair yesterday. As you can see, it has what appears to be a dark cloud cover / railway track. This dark cloud cover is very strong. So what you might be seeing is a pullback into the body of this candle. So how do you trade it? You pick your fib from the high to the low and drop it like this. Excuse me. Then you just wait. It's currently at the 38.2. Drop down to your 4-hour. It's currently at the 38.2. So you just wait for him here. If you get the bearish evidence here, then you might engage a sell or either of this area. So that would be dependent on how the CAD news comes out. So this is the game plan for this pair. So that's it for your daily plan your trade your plan with Great White for the 8th of March 2019. I wish you all a beautiful trading day and a blessed weekend in advance. Thank you all for coming.